Good morning and welcome back to fishing. So it is May 31st, last day of May, and we are woken up very early, and we're going to go to a different spot, one that I fish but I have not launched my kayak at, and we're going to see if we can get into any number of bites. This is not a deep lake, but more than anything we're going to see if we can get in some walleye. But we're going to see if we can get a couple. I don't have a ton of time to fish, but it's enough time to make it happen. So we're going to get out there, and if anything good happens, you're going to see it. Stay tuned. All right, here we are, making our way out to the spot. Beautiful, calm morning. Hoping to get in some walleye. All right. Oh, goose crossing. Picture perfect. Now let's just hope the fish show up. Right, we just got in and we're gonna get right to it. We're at the launch. We're gonna start with the square bill. It's still pretty dark out. If I'm gonna catch a walleye in shallow, now's my best shot. Right now we're in about 4 feet of water. See what we can do. Caught a lot of fish off this launch, so I know there's probably some fish here. A lot of forage, but also some larger fish. See what we can do. We're gonna try and find some deeper water because it's very shallow at this end of the lake. We got to get to somewhere where it at least drops off a little bit. All right, we're getting a little deeper. Let's see what's over here. A little deeper over here. Let's give it a shot. Got him. First fish is going to be a bass. All right, just got my first fish. Not a big one, but at least we're getting an earlier start than yesterday's session. Bar has been set low in terms of size. What do we got? Baby bass. Smallmouth. All right, getting a little variety. That fish could be eaten by the fish I was catching yesterday, but it's all good. Pretty epic shot right there. Hopefully we can catch some epic fish. Only marking fish, and a lot of them appear deeper, so we're gonna try the lipless crankbait or rattle trap, see how that does. Just yo-yo it off the bottom. Fish on. Could it be? Is it a fish? Yeah, it's a fish. What the hell is it? Well, not what I was expecting, but come on. Got him. Wow, we're keeping you. You'll make an interesting catch. That is a slab. Interesting. All right, just got that nice slab bluegill. We clipped the gills, we're bleeding them out. Should make for an interesting catch, cook, clean cook video. Haven't kept a bluegill and eaten one since I was like probably 5 or 6 years old, so this should be fun. Okay, here we go. We got our bluegill, which is in the sunfish family. These things don't get super large. I mean, this is a fairly decent size specimen, though they do get a little bigger. I mean, I think the world record bluefish is the bluegill is about 4 pounds, which I could not even imagine because that's obnoxiously big. But anyways, this thing is not even close to that. Bluegills tend to be good eating fish, I've heard. I haven't eaten one or kept one since I was probably 5 years old. In fact, fun fact, this category of fish, sunfish, is the first fish that I ever caught. So if you are new to fishing and you're looking for something that you want to get kids into to like experience the sport, definitely look for something like this to catch. And on the other end of that, apparently they make good food value. So let's hope that's true, and we'll find out soon. So we're going to start this fish off just like any other. One thing you could do if you want to make life a little easier in terms of eating is you could scale these things, but I don't feel like making the mess, so I'm just going to do what I typically do. So we're just going to make an incision. Right along that. Follow that all the way up to the top, the spine. And we're just going to trace that along the bones. Not a ton of fish, but I'm noticing its flesh is not soft, but it's not firm. I think it's a nice balance between the two. I'm going to hit the other side up now and just really try and stay right next to those bones so you can get as much meat on that initial fillet as possible. If you don't stay near the bones, then you're going to lose a lot of the meat and you're just going to get a lot of scale and skin. You've made an incision along down the tail. Now we're just going to follow that up. It's kind of tough filleting these smaller fish. It's not as much to grab onto. There's one. There's two. I don't think I really missed that much meat, so just rinsed off the fillets and the board a little to get some of the less savory parts of the fish off. So we're gonna get the skins off. You could scale these, but I just don't feel like dealing with it right now. So we're just gonna cut the skins off, even though we might lose a little bit of the meat in the process. So we're just staying real close to the scales and pushing down. There's two. And now to clean it up, we're just gonna cut away that rib cage. Obviously you're not left with too much meat, but the idea is when you catch one of these, you want to keep a lot of them. I've actually gone out fishing and there's a whole dedicated subset of fishermen that goes after these kind of fish, which I never really thought about too much, but yeah, if they are all they're cracked up to be in terms of food value, then I can see why some people would focus all their energy on these things, because they are a sure thing sometimes. I mean, if you know where to find them, they're all over the place and they will bite. It's not like going for walleye or trout where a lot of times you won't necessarily get what you're looking for. So we will see how this goes. All right, so we are back and we have another fish to cook. We have the bluegill that we caught here this morning. Check out the fillets. Fairly nice fillets for not such a huge fish. So we're gonna cook this up and we're gonna get a little verdict on how good it tastes. We're also gonna cook this side by side with some perch that I caught recently, but we're gonna make sure that we're eating the bluegill for the catch, clean, cook. So if you come over this way, we have our pan going. Just kidding. There we go. We got some butter and some grease from something else we just cooked, but fortunately it was also fish. So we're gonna get that on there. We have our bluegill. We're gonna lay that out. And we're gonna season it with some pepper, some salt, and then we will come back in about 5 minutes or so, and we will get the verdict on our catch, clean, cook bluegill. Okay, we got the bluegill off the pan. It's right here. I made sure to separate it from the perch so I'm not mistakenly eating perch right now. This is the first time I've eaten a bluegill in probably, gosh, like 25, maybe even close to 30 years. So that being said, let's see how it goes. All right, so I took a moment just to consider my verdict, and I honestly think this is pretty good. Obviously, you don't get a lot of yield from this fish by itself, but the idea is you can catch a lot of these. They're fairly easy to catch and very approachable, and they're pretty much anywhere. If you're watching this video and you live in the United States, I'm pretty sure that there is a pond or lake or river, etc., probably within a mile or 5 miles within where you are right now where you can find these fish. With that being said, I think these are pretty good. It's very mild flesh. There isn't that much flavor when you cook them this way, but that's a good thing because you can probably prepare them with any number of spices or any number of approaches, and this fish will get the job done. In terms of texture, it's very flaky. Like the second you try and dig in with the fork, it kind of just breaks apart. So again, very delicate, not super firm, no real fishy taste whatsoever, just very, very mild. I would reckon if you got enough of these together and you had, you know, time on your hands, you can get a good fish fry going with these, or fish tacos, etc. I wouldn't even be surprised if ceviche was an option with these. So definitely very good. I would certainly recommend these. Again, just a very mild, easy fish to cook, very versatile as well. So that's my verdict on bluegill, or sunfish in general for that matter. So I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, leave a comment, etc. More to come soon. See y'all next time.